got the X, I got the X. Maybe you thought you won, but I'm still undefeated.
Hey guys, just before this video starts, if any of you guys are looking to buy or sell any cheap Rocket League credits, blueprints, items, basically anything you want, AOEAH is a third-party website that buys and sells Rocket League items. If you want to check it out, use the link in the description and use code XYZ on your checkout for 6% off your order. Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can tell, I've got some of my finest clothes on because today we're going to be taking a look at one of the most exquisite, fancy items, whatever you want to call it, in Rocket League. And we're talking about this item today because the price is just, it's gotten a little bit crazy. So the item today I'm going to be showing you, I paid $10 for 18 months ago. And that is the Showman Topper right here. The Showman Topper came out with a Jazzwares Target exclusive toy, and it was $10 to get it. It came in the Takumi RXT edition. There was a Dominus GT, an Octane ZSR, and a Takumi version. There are 3 different toys. They all came with different items. And the Takumi toy came with a code that would give you the Showman Topper here. It retailed for about $10. It might have been $15. I'm pretty sure it was $10 though. And this thing is currently going for anywhere between $200 and $250. The cheapest I've seen in the past month has been $250, but I know people are willing to spend $200. Basically, if you show up with a code, you can get $200 pretty much within the first day of posting it. And I just wanted to kind of talk about this, give you guys my 2 cents on all the economic factors that go into this Showman Topper and whether or not it might be worth buying one of these. So first of all, as I was telling you guys, about 18 months ago they released in Target. It was about $10 with a toy, and you got the code completely free with it. There is one interesting thing to note though. These codes, once you redeem the item, it is trade locked on your account forever, meaning you can't trade it away to other players or anything. So these codes are extremely limited based on the fact that probably 90 to 95% of them, if not more, have already been redeemed by most people. Like, you know, I bought these, made a video about them, and redeemed the code. Didn't even think that it would be worth $250 if you give it a year and a half, but hey, you know how it is. This code actually didn't start climbing in price up until a few months ago. Obviously, it had always climbed up in price slowly, as you know, these old, rarer, niche things did. But then Flump made a video about, like, I think it was either top 5 or top 10 rarest items in Rocket League, and I believe he ranked the Showman Topper number 3, if I'm remembering correctly, and he actually had even stated that the only information on YouTube that he could find about the Showman Topper was that of my video. He used clips from my video, kind of showcasing this item, and had even said he couldn't find anything about this anywhere else other than like a Wikipedia page, I believe. And that's why he had kind of thought the Showman Topper is one of the rarest items, because he had never personally even seen it in a game, much less seen it or anything about it anywhere. And the fact that pretty much information about this Showman Topper is almost non-existent, I figured we'd make a fun little video and talk about all the details you need to know about it. And I mean, when he first posted that video, a lot of people started to learn more about it, because since it was one of those items that you never see or hear about, a lot of people didn't even know it existed. But when Flump made that video, since he's, you know, quite popular, a lot of people kind of thought, oh, this is a pretty rare item. Rare items are cool when it comes to Rocket League. I mean, most of our trading economy is based on, you know, rare items, you know, collectability, how appealing they are. It's a mix of all 3 of those things. But when you got a really rare item, there's a lot of people that'll just go and buy it because it's rare, and they'd like to say, oh, I have this and you don't. I mean, let's be honest, guys, that's what a lot of the trading market is. I mean, that's why a lot of people will buy, you know, alpha items or white apex. I mean, heck, I bought alpha items, but I mean, I got them because they were awesome and they're cool, but you know, it's also pretty cool to show up in a game and know there's a 99.9% chance no one else is going to have this boost in the game. I mean, I've only ever ran into 2 people ever that have had Gold Rush or Gold Stones since, I mean, I've had them for a couple of years now. And it's just pretty awesome to have rare items like this. So that's why a lot of people have been buying the Showman Topper lately. And all this big attraction and draw towards the item recently has made it shoot up in price, where quick sell is at $200 right now. Like, if you show up with one of these codes, you will sell it almost instantly on the market within probably a day or less for $200. And there's people, the cheapest I've seen on the market was at $250 is what they were asking. And I mean, with things that are so hard to find like this, I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps going up in price, because since it is a code that redeems a trade locked item, once you redeem it, you can't trade it or anything, so it's just locked on that account. So the only supply we have is what codes are out there right now. As soon as these codes start to dry up, they will disappear from the market forever. It's very similar to like Descendium Pros or any RLCS Pro wheel, basically. It's a rare item, it's a cool item. A lot of people buy them, and as they get redeemed, the codes disappear from the market. Like, I have 2 Emerald Pro codes remaining right now, and they are some of the rarest codes to find right now. And everyone else that I have at least 20 friends that went to that same RLCS and got at least 10 tickets, meaning 10 Emerald Pro codes. None of them have any codes left. They've sold them all off or redeemed them themselves. And I mean, just like the Showman Topper, they're becoming extremely rare and hard to find these days. And I'm getting to the point where it's like, at what point do we start to think about things and go, guys, you're paying $250 for a red sparkly hat that came out 18 months ago. Like, that's not that long ago. This is still a relatively new item, I would say. And it feels like it was just a couple months ago that I was going to Target and buying this and then cracking it open and recording myself open it on YouTube and redeem the code. It's just, it doesn't feel like this item should be $250. I want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions in the comments. But personally, unless you have a lot of money to just burn on the game, I would say don't buy it. But if you do have one of these codes, maybe you have an old code sitting around for some reason that you never redeemed and you thought, hey, I'll just hold on to this for a long time, I would personally say it's best to keep it right now, because if you give it another couple years, as long as Rocket League and the trading economy on Rocket League is going strong, in a year or two, I would say this item could be worth at least $500 if you give it a year or two. The thing with these items is just patience. I mean, 4 or 5 months ago, Emerald Pro codes were about $500, and I held on to my last 2. I said, you know what, I'm going to wait till they go up in price. And now they're at about $800 or more. And it's just crazy what happens with these codes. And I personally think any future DLCs that come out, guys, get some of the codes, keep them in a little old box, and just don't touch them for a year or two, and you'll make quite a bit of money. I mean, I'm planning on visiting home in this next weekend, and I know personally I have a little bin that has about 50 different DLC codes that I kind of said, okay, maybe these will go up in price. I just threw them in there. Didn't want to redeem them or anything, just left them in there, and now they're accumulating quite a bit of value to my knowledge. So I'm going to be cracking a look at that bin, and hopefully they'll be worth quite a bit. But yeah, that was my little 2 cents about the Showman Topper. If you guys want to see me cracking open that old bin of codes and seeing what I have in there, obviously I would maybe give away a code or 2 in that video. I would try not to show you guys all the codes, because they are, you know, they're a one-use code, and if I showed you all the codes, it would be kind of silly of me. But I would kind of show you guys, like, oh yeah, maybe I got a Showman or 2 in there. And kind of go through what everything is worth and what I paid, and showing you guys how much profit you can make from buying these DLCs and just holding on to the codes for a while. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, this little informational video about the Showman Topper, one of the rarest items in the game. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace out.